Welcome my dear learners for this course on design of machine elements 2. In this module 2 we are discussing on design of springs and design of belt drives. So far we have completed our discussion on design of flat belt drive. Continuing our discussion in today's lecture we are ready to discuss design of V-belts. Compared to flat belt drives, V-belts are advantageous in the sense of they are positive drives. That is, there will not be any slip between the belt and the pulley when belt moves over the pulley. This is because of the reason there will be groove provided on the pulley for the belt. The only disadvantage of V-belt compared to flat belt is that these V-belts are not applicable for larger center distance. If the center distance are too large, then we should go for flat belt drives. Now coming for types of problem that we are going to tackle in design of V-belts are, we have two categories of problems in V-belts. First one is that determining the number of belts required. Determination of number of belts required, and second one is V-belt selection. V-belt selection and complete design. Coming for the first categories of problem, that is when he asked to determine how many number of V-belts are required to transfer the specified power, then we should employ the same procedure what we have used for flat belt drives. Only thing is that here the ratios of belt tension, that is T1 by T2, is given by e to the power of mu theta by sin alpha, where alpha is semi groove angle, and we should employ the same procedure what we have employed for design of flat belt drives whenever we encounter problem on determination of number of belts required. So here the procedure is already discussed, that is same procedure of flat belt drives. So this procedure and problems we have already discussed on flat belt drives. The procedure what we have employed for flat belt drive should be used here also to determine number of belts required. Whereas if we ask to select the V belt and design it completely, then the procedure changes. So that procedure we are going to discuss in today's lecture. Coming for procedure for V-belt selection. In case of V-belts, we are specifying the belt based on the cross section of the belt. So based on the cross section, we are classifying the V-belt as A, B, C, D and E type of belts. So for the given application, we should determine what cross section of belt is suitable, and we should also determine the number of belts required to transmit the total amount of load, that is power required to transmit from prime mover to the driven pulley. Now coming for the procedure that we should follow whenever we ask to select a V-belt is that in the first step we should find the cross section of belt, that is selection of V-belt cross section. Under selection of V-belt cross section, we have two categories. That is, if the diameter of pulley is known to us, if diameter of the pulley is given, then find equivalent diameter, equivalent pitch diameter, that is the equivalent pitch diameter DE is given by pitch diameter times the smaller diameter factor KD. So this is available in our design data handbook. If you refer equation 14.13 of page number 295, where the smaller diameter factor KD is available from table 14.15 referring to page 314. And once you obtain the value of equivalent pitch diameter referring to equation 14.13, select the belt cross section from equations 14.13 A to E, or if the pitch diameter is not given or diameter of the pulley is unknown, then if pulley diameter is not given for us, then based on power we should select the cross section of the belt. Based on total power given, refer table 14.14 of page number 314. So if you refer table 14.14 of page number 314, then referring to column, referring to row 4, based on recommended power, you can select belt cross section. That is, if the pitch circle diameter is not given, then based on the total power what we have specified in the problem, referring to table 14.14, page number 314, if you refer row 4, we have recommended power for various cross section of belt. Based on that, you can select the belt cross section. That is cross section A, B, C, D or E. So once you select the belt cross section, the step 2 is to find velocity. You people already know velocity V is given by pi d1 n1 by 60,000 meters per second. Next, in step 3, find power, that is maximum power that can be transmitted by the selected belt, is referring to equation from equation 14.13 referring to page 295, based on cross section of belt adopted, calculate the maximum power transmitted by one belt. Now, once you calculate the maximum power that can be transmitted by one belt, referring to equation 14.13, page number 295, based on cross section of belt that you have adopted in step number 1, next is to find the number of belts. Total number of belts required for the given power transmission is calculated from equation 14.14, page number 295, which is given by n dash is equal to total power into Ks, that is correction factor based on service, times the maximum power transmitted that you have calculated in step 3 in kilowatts is multiplied by correction factor based on length and correction factor based on angle. This is from equation 14.14 referring to page 295. Now in this equation we have to calculate the service factor based on length and factor based on angle. Now coming for factor based on service, that is KS. So this is adopted from table 14.19. So if the service hours and the type of machine is not mentioned, then assume light duty with 10 hours to 16 hours of service and take Ks is equal to 1.1 if not specified. So if not specified, always assume light duty with 10 hours to 16 hours of service and adopt service factor as 1.1 from table 14.19. Now in order to find KL, to find factor based on length, first I should find the pitch length, that is nominal pitch length. So nominal pitch length is calculated from equation 14.15b referring to page 295. Now in order to find the nominal pitch length in this equation, which is based on center distance, if center distance is known, directly we can calculate the nominal pitch length. Here if center distance is also not specified, then if center distance is not specified, so if the center distance is not specified, then calculate maximum center distance, which is given by 2 times diameter of larger pulley plus diameter of smaller pulley, and C minimum, which is given by D plus D into 0.55 plus thickness, where thickness T is from table 14.14, the same table where which you adopted the cross section based on power if pitch circle diameter is not given, which is in page number 314, which is based on adopted cross section where T is thickness. Now you know all the values, we calculate C max and C minimum, so therefore adopt center distance C as C max plus C minimum by 2. So now we can find the nominal pitch length. Now based on the center distance you have calculated the nominal pitch length. So once you calculate the nominal pitch length, standardize the nominal pitch length from table 14.17 referring to page 315 based on adopted cross section. That is, you take nearest value for what you are calculating. Don't go for higher values. Always you choose the nearest value for what you are calculating. The calculated value of L you match with table 14.17 page number 315 and go for the nearest value. Hence, based on L what you have adopted and cross section, adopt nominal inside length. Adopt nominal inside length from the same table. That is, you will adopt nominal inside length also. So you will be adopting nominal pitch length as well as nominal inside length from table 14.17 referring to page 315. So once you adopt both L and nominal inside length, now I can find the value of KL from table. Now from table 14.20 referring to page 323 based on nominal inside lengths. Based on nominal inside length and cross section of belt, you can find correction factor based on length. So you have calculated correction factor based on service and correction factor based on length, and finally you have correction factor based on angle. That is, to find correction factor based on angle, first you find angle theta. Angle theta is given by 2 times cos inverse of d minus d by 2c, or you can also calculate by using the formula theta is equal to 180 minus 2 times sin inverse of d minus d by 2c. So now from table 14.21 referring to page 325, select correction factor based on angle. So if type of belt is not given, assume VV belt. If type of belt is not given, so always assume VV belt if type of belt is not given. Based on the value of theta in degrees and VV belt, you can find the value of Ka from table 14.21 referring to page 325. So you know all the values. Now the total power that has to be transmitted, correction factor based on service, and the maximum power that can be transmitted by one belt in kilowatts, correction factor based on length, and correction factor based on angle. So you know all the values, hence you can find. So therefore calculate number of belts required. So this completes step number 4. In step number 5, you find the corrected center distance. The corrected center distance C is given by equation 14.15a referring to page 295. So finally, in the final step, you give belt specification. That is, finally you will be stating the belt specification by giving cross section of belt followed by nominal inside length followed by nominal inside length. That is, example, we will be specifying the type of cross section and nominal inside length. Let us say it is 1905 mm. So this is belt cross section and this is nominal inside length. So this is how you will specify the belt. So this is the complete procedure for selection and complete design of V-belt. Once I solve numerical problem on V-belt, this will be more clear for you people. Let me pause this video for a while so that people can copy it down. Later we will solve our first problem on belt selection and complete design of V-belt. Moving ahead, the problem number 1 of our discussion on design of V-belt drive states that select a V-belt drive to transmit a load of 6 kilowatts from a shaft rotating at 1000 rpm to a parallel shaft to be rotated at 350 rpm. The space limits the center distance between shafts to 500 mm. The pitch diameter of the smaller pulley could be assumed to be 150 millimeters. So let us select the V-belt drive and completely design it. So if we list out the data given for this problem, we have a load of total power of 6 kilowatts to be transmitted from a prime mover rotating at 1000 rpm to an driven shaft whose speed is given as 350 rpm and the center distance is specified as 500 millimeters. The center distance is given, a very important parameter, and the pitch diameter of the smaller pulley is given, so that is D1, which is nothing but small d, which is 150 millimeters. Now coming for solution, we have in step 1 we should select the cross section of belt. Step 1 is selection of belt cross section. Since the diameter is given for us, I can find out the equivalent diameter, that is D equivalent is equal to pitch diameter of the smaller pulley times the smaller diameter factor Kd. So now this is given in equation 14.13 if I refer page number 295. Now to calculate the smaller diameter factor Kd, I should know the speed ratio I, which is nothing but N1 by N2, which is 1000 by 350, which is turning out to be 2.857. Now, referring to table 14.15, from table 14.15, for I is equal to 2.857, the value of Kd is turning out to be 1.13. So therefore, I'll get the equivalent diameter as diameter is 150 times Kd value is 1.13. So therefore, equivalent diameter is 169.5 mm. So therefore, from equation 14.13b up to 175 millimeters, I can adopt D cross section belt. adopt B cross section. So in step 1 we have adopted B cross section V belt. So referring to equation 14.13, B greater than 125 and less than 175, I can adopt B cross section. So we have adopted the cross section of belt in step 1. Next, moving for step 2. So in step 2, I should find the velocity and unknown diameter. Velocity and unknown diameter. So we know that velocity is given by d1 n1 by 60,000 pi times d1 is 150. It is rotating at 1000 rpm divided by 60,000. Velocity is turning out to be 7.854 meters per second. Next, coming for calculation of unknown diameter, we have d1 n1 is equal to d2 n2. So d1 is known, d1 is 150, speed is 1000, d2 is unknown and speed is 350. So therefore, larger diameter, capital D will become 150 into 1000 divided by 350, which is turning out to be 428.57 millimeters is the diameter of larger pulley, which is running at 350 rpm. Next, moving for step 3. Step 3 is to find power, that is rating of V belt. So we have already selected B cross section, so therefore from equation 14.13b we have the power rating given by power in kilowatts is equal to 1.08 into velocity to the power of minus 0.09 minus 69.68 divided by equivalent diameter minus 1.78 into 10 to the power of minus 4 into V square whole multiplied by 0.7355 into velocity. So this is equation 14.13b for B cross section belt. Now I know all the values. If I substitute and solve, I will get the ratings of V belt for B cross section as 1.08 into V is 7.854 to the power of minus 0.09 minus 69.68 by equivalent diameter is 169.5 minus 1.78 into 10 to the power of minus 4 times velocity square. Velocity is 7.854 square whole multiplied by 0.7355 times velocity is 7.854. So the power rating is turning out to be 2.744 kilowatts. So power rating is 2.744 kilowatts. Next, moving for step 4 to find number of belts, that is N dash is equal to total power to be transmitted times the service correction factor Ks divided by rating in kilowatts times factor based on length and factor based on angle of contact. So this is equation 14.14, page number 295. So we know total power 6 kilowatts, rating also we calculated 2.744. Now I should calculate each terms, that is Ks, KL and Ka. So if I go for calculation of these values, coming for calculating Ks, now from table 14.19, from table 14.19 referring to page 322, assume light duty application with 10 hours to 16 hours of working. So I can take Ks as 1.1. Whenever the service condition is not specified, always assume it as light duty with 10 hours to 16 hours and take the value as 1.1. Always will choose type M belt. I taken it as 1.1. Next, coming for calculation of KL, in order to find the value of KL, first I should know the value of nominal pitch length. So therefore find the pitch length. Pitch length L is given by 2C plus 1.57 D plus D plus B minus D whole square divided by 4C. So this is equation 14.15B referring to page 295. So now we know all the values. If I substitute and solve, I'll get the value of L as 2 times center distance is 500 plus 1.57 times capital D is 428.57 plus small d is given as 150 plus capital D is 428.57 minus small d is 150 square divided by 4 times 500 is the center distance. So therefore I'll get pitch length as 1947.15 mm. So now from table 14.17 referring to page 315 for B cross section nearest nominal pitch length L is equal to 1948 millimeters. Therefore, nominal inside length will be 1905 mm. Now, I can find the value of KL referring to table from table 14.20 page number 323. We have for B cross section belt with L is equal to 1948 mm, KL is given by 0.97. So we have calculated the value of factor based on length KL also. Now finally I want the value of Ka, factor based on angle of contact, for which find angle of contact theta is equal to 2 times cos inverse of d minus d by 2c, which is turning out to be 2 times, solve it in degrees because Ka is given against degrees. So capital D is 428.57 minus small d is 150 divided by 2 times 500. So angle of contact is 147.65 degrees. For 147.65 degrees, from table 14.21 referring to page 325, we have the value of Ka given as 0.92. So therefore we have calculated all the values. Now I can find the number of bits required. So therefore number of bits required n dash is equal to total load is 6 kilowatts, Ks is 1.1, power rating is 2.744, correction factor for length is 0.97 and factor for angle of contact is 0.92. So if I solve, I will get the number of bits as 6 into 1.1 divided by 2.744 into 0.97 into 0.92, which is turning out to be 2.695, nearly equal to 3 bits. So therefore number of bits required is 3 bits. Next, moving for step number 5 to find corrected center distance. We have the formula for corrected center distance. C is given by A plus root of A square minus B. This is equation 14.15a referring to page 295, where the value of A is specified as L by 4 minus pi times D plus small d divided by 8, and the value of B is specified as D minus D whole square by 8. So if I substitute and solve, I will get the values of A, B and corrected center distance as L is equal to 1948 divided by 4 minus pi times capital D is 428.57 plus small d is 150 given divided by 8. So the value of A is 259.796. This is D minus D by 8 whole square. So therefore, if I solve properly, you get the value of B as B is 428.57 minus 150 by 8 whole square. So the value of B is 1212.52 mm. So therefore the corrected center distance is 259.796 plus root of 259.796 square minus 1212.52. So the correct center distance is 517.247 millimeters. So this is the corrected center distance. Next, moving for the final step, that is specification of V belt. So let us specify the V belt from table 14.14. For B cross section we have nominal width as for B cross section we have nominal width B is equal to 17 millimeters and nominal thickness T is 11 millimeters, and we should specify it by cross section selected, that is cross section is B, and nominal inside length is 1905. So selected V belt is B cross section with nominal inside length of 1905. So the belt specification is B1905. So if I mark the V belt, so this is how we will represent, and this is nominal top width B, and this is nominal thickness P. So this is the complete solution for problem number 1, which was asked in VTU examination. So this is the complete solution for the problem number 1 of our discussion on design of V belt drive. In next lecture, I will take up few more problems on V belts. That's all from this lecture. Thank you all.